Welcome back to Red Brook Farm in Scarborough, Maine. It's July 12th, Sunday afternoon, 5 o'clock. It's been high 70s, low 80s all day. What we have here is just a quick overview. This is our double nuke hive. There are two 5-frame nukes inside here. What you have, as you can see, left and right, it's split right here. There's 5 frames here and 5 frames there. The entrance for this hive is on the back, is on the front side here, and there's some bees here fanning, and looks like normal activity. I don't see any sign of any robbing going on there. And on the back side here, I don't know if it's going to come out, but there's another entrance here. So this side here exits and enters on this side, the other one on the other. There's more heat on, there's more sun. I think the fanning that's going on is there's a little bit more sun on the left side. And what they're doing is they're moving the air out to warm it, to cool it off a little bit. Did you see that? Coming over here, and the reason I came down is this little project right here. This is a 5-frame nuke that was originally started in May. And then the queen that I introduced to it failed. It was a queen that I got locally here, but I think it came from California, and it failed for whatever reason. So they've tried to requeen twice in there, and I've been putting frames of bees in. But what I've come down here is underneath here. What you have underneath here is a 1 quart. Actually, I might be able to show you. The bees are around. I have no bee protection on here at all, and the bees are buzzing around, and because these are foraging bees that are buzzing around. And if I lift it up, you can see what I have here is a quart jar, and it's about half full right now, the quart jar. And what they're going to do is I'm protecting that quart jar from the weather, and I'm also protecting it from the foraging bees. All these bees on the outside are from neighboring hives, and what you'll see here is I've closed off the front and I've closed off the upper entrance. And what you have going on here are foraging bees, because yesterday they were able to suck a whole quart of sugar water down, and they said, I'm coming back. And so unfortunately I kind of have to close the hive up for a couple of days until this foraging activity gives up. I can tell these are foragers by the vigorous activity with which they're working. You can see that here, and they are of no interest to me. They're not interested in me at all, really, because they're looking, they can smell that sugar water inside, and the bees inside, I know, are working just, I want the bees inside to have the sugar water. They're requeening now. I saw a supersedure queen cell with a 4 or 5 day old larva in it. They were working it. I added a frame of capped brood yesterday, and I added a frame of milk brood, which is kind of brood after the egg stage and before the pupa stage. So they're going to have plenty of workforce to build into, and I'm going to have to feed them that sugar water probably for several weeks until the field force, and it's going to take a couple days for these bees to give up on getting inside here. I might try putting a little Vicks Vapor Rub or something around the outside to throw the scent off so that they stop trying to get in. But the hive inside, the bottom of the hive is totally open with a screen bottom, so there's plenty of air in there. It's just the foragers, and the foragers are getting their feed from the sugar water in the top, and they're just not getting out into the wild here, because if I open that hive, what we have is all of the foraging bees from all of these other hives will come back. That's who these bees on the outside are. They are from the neighboring hives. And speaking of the neighboring hives, if we just go down through, I'll show you the activity that we see on these hives, which is normal late afternoon activity here on the front of the hive. Not much sign of robbing. If you ever see them tussle on the front, what they're doing is they're escorting out one of the other bees. They're escorting out one of the other bees from one of the other colonies, and I don't see any of that here on the front of these hives. I see good normal foraging coming and going. That's what we're looking at. Apologize for the shadows, late afternoon. Just normal comings and goings. I'm right here. You look at me, I'm right here. I got my shorts on, and they're not interested in me at all. See the little tussling going on there in the front? See, they were dragging somebody off there? I don't know if you saw that, but every now and then, if the smell isn't right here in front of the camera, you know, they're tasting each other's face. And what they do is the bees that are foraging that come back, the bees that are coming back on forage are being offloaded by the worker bee, the house bees, the nurse bees inside. And depending on how vigorously they offload them and how vigorously the foraging bees dance and show their teammates where the forage is, it determines the activity that's going on here. I don't see much pollen. We've had 4 inches of rain in July, and we had 8 inches of rain in June, so it's been a very wet summer so far, which isn't good. But they're happy. I can tell there's a nice gentle hum here. There's another update from Red Brook Farm in Scarborough, Maine. Wish us well, and we're on the web at www.redbrookhoney.com.